When I first started getting into making content, I thought, I'll just use my phone. That's what everyone online says that you need. You don't need fancy equipment, lighting, cameras, mics. You just need your phone. It was showing in the quality of the content that I was able to make. Over the last year, I have invested hundreds of dollars into making higher quality content before making a single dollar off of it. One of the first things that I invested in was a good camera. I use a Sony ZV-1, which I recommend as a good starter camera. It's still expensive. I think if you buy it new from the store, it's about $500 for just the camera, no accessories. I was able to find mine on Facebook Marketplace. I got lucky. I found the camera. It came with a mic, a case, an SD card, backup batteries, and like a bunch of little things. It was a really good deal, all for $500, what you would normally get for the camera itself. So I would say if you don't have the money to just go and buy a brand new, damn near $1,000 camera, look on Facebook Marketplace. It was such a steal. Like if I would have bought all these things new, it would have been twice the price, at least. And I'm really glad that I did that because this camera is amazing. I have had no problems with it so far. And for the content that I'm filming, it worked great. I don't need anything nicer. I'm glad that I didn't spend any more money. It's small, compact, super easy to work with. And the next thing, because I didn't really like the microphone that came with the camera, I invested in what I'm using right now, which is the DJI mini mic. I could not recommend this more. I tried multiple other mics, random cheap ones that I found on Amazon or Walmart or Target or whatever, or just using my microphone on my phone. None of those compare to the quality of the DJI mini mic. I think I got mine from Best Buy. I spent about $80 on it because you get two of the actual microphones and then one of the receivers, I think is what it's called. You can use it with your phone. I can use it on my computer to stream. I can use it on my camera. I can use it anywhere that I record things, and it works so well. The quality is amazing. I have had nothing but a good experience with this microphone. The battery life is so long, and it comes in a charging case. I've only had to charge the charging case a few times since I got the mic more than 6 months ago. It's totally worth the investment. Super good. 10 out of 10. Definitely recommend and definitely worth the money. Another thing I'm using right now is a tripod that I got, I think just from Walmart, that was less than $50. It's about $40 right now. I'm gonna try to find the links to all this stuff and put them into the description so you know exactly what I'm talking about. But really, any tripod that's tall will work. Another thing is lighting. For the longest time, I actually really liked it, but it broke pretty early. It was a rechargeable ring light, but I'm actually glad that I ended up getting the one that I have right now, which again, I'll link. I think I just got it at Walmart. The height is more adjustable on this one, as well as the light temperature, color, and brightness. And it gets really bright. Like right now, it's a super cloudy, gloomy day. I don't have my main light on in my living room. I'm just using my ring light, and it's only at 75% brightness, and it is lighting up the whole living room very well. Like the amount that you can specifically adjust the warmth on it is so nice. So many ring lights that I've tried have just like cool, neutral, and warm white. And this one, you can adjust the temperature very, very specifically to get the exact vibe that you want, which is great when you're filming in different environments, but you want to make the lighting consistent. Oh, and the last like physical type of camera thing I got was an SD card. When I bought the camera, it came with one SD card, which is a great SD card. It has a lot of storage on it. But before, I actually invested in a good card reader to upload the footage from my SD card to my computer. It would take about as long as it took for me to film the clip that it would to upload it to my computer. And so I wanted to have a second SD card so that I could film and be uploading stuff to my computer at the same time. Honestly, this is one of the best investments I've made, and I've tried multiple different SD card readers to upload footage to my computer that were terrible and just so slow. The first thing I used, I was just plugging my camera directly into my computer by a USB-C cord. If it was an hour of footage, it would take an hour to upload it to my computer, and it was just very frustrating. It took a very long time to do anything because of that. So I was like, there's gotta be a better way. And there definitely is. So like I said, I tried a bunch of different card readers, and I could probably make a whole video of like what not to buy for content creation stuff if I wanted to, because I've wasted a lot of money on stuff. So I guess let me know if you want to see that. It's a Lexar brand card reader, which I think is just like Best Buy's brand, or it's like their cheap, affordable brand. I was kind of nervous because it was only $15, and I gotten one before that worked well, but for some reason it wasn't compatible with my computer. But But this was only $15 and I have had no problems with it. It uploads insanely fast. It's honestly like life-changing in terms of uploading and editing my content, because I don't want to have to wait an hour to edit a video that's going to take me 4 hours to edit. You know, having somewhere to store all of my footage was not something I thought about when I first started. I'm lucky enough to have a computer that has a lot of storage on it already, but I do have a lot of video games on there, so that takes up most of the storage, so I don't have a lot of free space for just a bunch of footage. So I just ended up investing in a 2 terabyte external hard drive. For a while I was really in between doing an SSD versus an HHD or HDD, whatever. A hard drive versus a SSD. I don't even know what that stands for. Didn't really know the difference, but I looked into it. An SSD is faster, but it's not necessary for content creation footage storage, in my opinion, not for what I use it for at least. The hard drive that I use is more than fast enough at transferring information. Now, granted, my 2 terabyte one was still $120. It was a pretty penny, but I am not even using half the space on it, and I've had it for more than 6 months. I have all the footage I've ever recorded basically is on it. I think I got it at Walmart. It's the Seagate Backup Slim Plus, but I don't really know if there's much of a difference between the different hard drives. Yeah, I'm not a tech master by any means. The last of it really is just editing software. So I have tried just about everything. I've tried DaVinci, which is the free one, but in my opinion, it was just a little bit too complicated, versus CapCut, which is what I use. So I pay for CapCut Pro, which I think is about $20 a month. I've had it for a while now, so I mean, it adds up over time, but I genuinely think it's really worth it. I think it's super user-friendly. They have a lot of really great features. I personally pay for the Pro, but to get a lot of uses out of it, you don't have to. I pay for the Pro so that I can upload it to, they have their own cloud, and then you can work on a video on different devices. It's really great for uploading things from my phone to my computer. They also have a lot of other really easy to use features, like their captions, doing background removal. One of my favorite things to use is the way that you can edit sound on there is really easy, because I am not, like I said, I'm not a pro at any of this. I don't know how to do all of the technical sound engineering stuff to make audio sound really good, but CapCut makes it easy. You can isolate someone's voice, you can remove background noise. One of the things that I use on pretty much every single video that I film is making the volume consistent. Even though this mic is really good, sometimes I'm holding it in my hand, sometimes it's clipped to my shirt, sometimes I'm looking down and talking, sometimes I'm looking up and talking, and it's not super consistent. Also, CapCut I think is just so user-friendly in making long form content into short form content. I know it's maybe not as technically sophisticated as some of the other editing software is, but for me, where I am right now, with one, how cheap it is, and two, how user-friendly it is and beginner-friendly it is, I think it's perfect. And then the last thing is Canva Pro, which I actually didn't have this for a while until I really started getting into making better thumbnails, because I realized how actually important it is, which seems like so obvious. I have never been able to use like actual Photoshop. I don't know how to use that. That's so complicated to me. Canva, it's kind of like the same thing as CapCut, where I think it's just a lot more user-friendly. It's so much more simple. There's not as much technical stuff. It's just straightforward and easy to work with. It's $15 a month, which is like kind of a lot when I'm not making any money off of any of this. I think that's worth it because I definitely am able to make, in my opinion, much better thumbnails. Honestly, that's the bulk of the stuff I've spent. It's like $900, not including the months I have paid for CapCut and Descript and Canva Pro. So like I've spent definitely over $1,000 on all of this to have it be a hobby I make no money off of, but it's a good time. It's something I enjoy. You know, maybe someday it'll go somewhere. A lot of this is a one-time investment, hopefully. It'll last me a long time. Maybe let me know if you guys want to see a video of like things that I would not recommend purchasing, things that I have bought that I don't use, things basically that I wasted my money on. Also, like I said, linked everything that I could find in the description below. Thanks for coming to hang out. I appreciate it. I will see you guys soon. I guess don't judge. Actually, never mind. I was gonna say judge my setup in the comments, but like don't. I take it back. Don't do that. Be nice. Thanks. Goodbye. I'll see you next time.